Hello, everyone. Last week was one of the most nerve-wracking weeks of my life. After 22 months of cancer treatment, I had two scans to go to, a bone scan and a body scan, to see if the cancer has spread to my lungs or my organs. Well, I'm thrilled to say I got the results back. Both came back negative. So now I go to my oncologist next week and I'm going to see what the next steps are. And today what I want to do is walk you through the full body scans, let you know what it was from prep to finish. And I also want to say right up front, there's no pain with any of this. If you want to call it pain, just the injection to get your infusions for the scans. But other than that, that's it. I'm Frank Soltesz. This is Cycling with Cancer. So I want to talk to you about the first scan, the body scan. So what that is that's looking at my organs. And the prep I had to do for that, I had to drink 2 bottles of barium sulfate. And what that is it basically gets in and coats the inside. And once it gets into your stomach, it starts to flow through, and it allows the camera to actually see the organs. And if there is any cancer anywhere, it's illuminated by that stuff. So I had to drink a bottle at 8 o'clock and then another one at 10. I was lucky. Mine was berry flavored. A friend of mine just went through it, and she had plain. In fact, she said it tasted like chalk. I can't even think of that. So if you need to have it done, see if you can get a flavored one and make it a lot easier. So I went to the procedure and just had to really go in, give her your normal information and stuff, and then I just had to lay down. So it takes 3 passes. They do 2 without the contrast in you, and when that's done, they give you the IV, they put the contrast in, and that's one of the ones where you can feel it, basically from your head and shoulders all of a sudden, and then you can just feel the warmth flow right down to your toes. So they give that about 5 minutes or so to really get in and go through your body. And then they take the next run. And that's it. Once you're done, you go home and you wait for the results. I was hoping to get them that night, but I didn't. And like I said, I was feeling pretty good. So I wasn't really expecting anything, but you never know. Next morning, bright and early, I got a message from my oncologist. He said, scan was excellent. No sign of recurrence. So my wife and I, that's one down. So now we have to just go the next couple days and then go to my bone scan. So the bone scan, I also get a contrast with that, but it's a lot longer than what the body scan is. And the reason is, you get a radioactive tracer into your body. Now you hear radioactive and you go, ooh, but it's not. It's about the same kind of a dose that you would get from a regular X-ray. So there's nothing scary or anything to worry about that. So basically what it is, I had to get there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they give me the injection. And after that, I got 3 hours to kill, because that one takes a lot longer. Because it's not really the organs and stuff that it has to go. It's got to go to the bones. So it takes a lot longer to get through the body and the system and to surround the bones to see. And it basically works the same way. If there is cancer in any area, it illuminates that area. So, the technicians and the doctors, they can see it. So basically, I had 3 hours to kill. So what do? So I'm in New Britain. I go to Glastonbury to a bike shop. Because I need a new bike shop this year. So went in there and I talked to the gentleman. It was Bicycles East in Glastonbury. Gentleman I talked to was Steve. He's the owner along with his wife, Deb. And I spent a good 45 minutes with him. And I talked about his shop and everything that was going on there, and how is he handling everything with the influx and the everything that's going around in the bicycle industry. And he was more than accommodating. And he took me to the area where he does his bike fits, and he told me all about that, what it is. And I tell you what, he was so good, signed up for a bike fit. And I think it's time, especially since I had my hip operation and all. I really got to get fitted to my bike as close as possible to make it feel nice. It was okay before, but there's still incidences with. But I digress. I'll do that in another video. So once my 3 hours up and I'm back at New Britain, they call me in and I go through the scans. So basically what it is, it's one full one, and that takes 20 minutes, and then they do 4 other ones. Now so the full one is head to toe, done. And then they come over, but the only thing they do with the other 4 is, it's 2 on the chest, and they have a camera here and a camera here, so it's 1 this way, 5 minutes, 1 this way, 5 minutes. And then they go ahead and they reposition it over your head. So it's 1 this way for 5 minutes, and 1 that way for 5 minutes. So by the time they do the scans and reposition you and the machine and all, it takes about an hour overall. The only thing with this is when it starts out, you feel like you're in an MRI because you're sitting there, you're laying down, and it's this far from your face when you start. I mean, it is close. I said, how long does this stay here? And they said, no, once we started, it just moves along. And you could tell when it moves and finally clears your eyes and you feel better. At least for me, it does. And again, 20 minutes and that was done. And you don't feel anything. Like I said, nothing with the contrast. And also, you're basically your hour, you're dead, and you're waiting for your results. And same thing. Next morning, got a message from my oncologist. Scan was excellent. No malignancy. We were ecstatic. My wife and I hugged each other, and we figured, we finally took a huge step. So now what we do is we go to the oncologist Tuesday, and we sit down and we discuss where do we go with my hormone treatment after this. I said, everything looks good, so why not see if we can start to do things? So I have a whole list of questions, and I'll post a follow-up on this and with my oncologist. I'll let you know what it was, because it's not only about, hey, the reoccurrence and all, and what's the chances of that, but how do we monitor it? Do I have to go for blood tests all the time? Do I have to go for other scans after a couple of months since I've been off? So there's a whole litany of questions I got. So I'm going to be asking them that. But I feel great. I'm going to get back on my bike this weekend. It's been 2.5 months since my hip surgery, and the hip feels good. The only question I have, and I'm going to follow up my orthopedic surgeon, is how often should I pedal? How often should I get on the bike? I don't want to do anything to injure this, because they basically say for your hip, it takes a full year to recover. But I feel good, so maybe I can get on there and start doing that. And then I also got to talk to him about the bike fit, because I'll be hunched over a lot more, so my legs will be at a lot tighter angle on that. So I got to see if he thinks that's okay too. But that's all nothing compared to everything else. So let's keep our fingers crossed with the oncology visit next week. Again, I'll let you know what that is. I want to thank everybody who's been supportive. I've received a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I've gotten a lot of comments. Thank you for your love and support that you're giving. It means a lot to me. So I'll have another video out, like I said. I just, again, want to thank everybody again. Take care and keep pedaling.